What is a limit of a function at plus or minus infinity? For a function f, if the function approaches a value r as the input x goes to infinity, you say r is the limit of f as x goes to infinity. If f approaches a value l as the input x goes to minus infinity, you say l is the limit of f as x goes to minus infinity. Look at this graph of e to the power of minus x. Notice that as x gets larger and larger, the graph keeps getting closer to 0. You know it never actually gets to 0 though, as e to any power will never be 0. When this happens, you say the function goes towards 0 as x goes to infinity, written like this. You can also figure this out without drawing the graph. Remember, e to the power of minus x is the same as 1 over e to the power of x. As x increases, e to the power of x explodes in size. Dividing 1 by something very large, you get a number that is extremely close to 0, but not 0 itself. Notice that x never gets to infinity. It's always important to remember that infinity is not a number, but an idea. In this case, it's saying that if you let x keep getting larger, the output value approaches 0. What happens if instead you look at e to the power of x, and this time go in the opposite direction towards minus infinity? The same thing happens again, and you say that as x goes to minus infinity, the limit is 0. You write it like so. Again, minus infinity is not a number. Here, it's saying this is the behavior of the function as x is becoming a negative number with a larger and larger magnitude. Now, you may ask the question, what happens to e to the power minus x as x goes to minus infinity? Or what happens to e to the power of x as x goes to infinity? Looking at them, these functions don't seem to approach any particular value at all, but just keep increasing in size. For now, let's ignore these cases and leave this for another time. Let's consider one more example. The function f of x equals 1 over x plus 2. The graph looks like this. As x goes to plus infinity, you see that the function approaches 2. On the other hand, as x goes to minus infinity, the function also approaches 2. In this case, the limits at both plus and minus infinity have a value. The limit of 1 over x plus 2 as x goes to infinity is 2, and the limit of 1 over x plus 2 as x goes to minus infinity is also 2. For a function f, if the function approaches a value r as the input x goes to infinity, you say r is the limit of f as x goes to infinity. If f approaches a value l as the input x goes to minus infinity, you say l is the limit of f as x goes to minus infinity.